If you guys can hear me, can you respond in the chat window? Hello? Let me see. I'm going to unmute you too, so let's see. Hi, Mary, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. And then hold on, Chris. Oh, great. Okay, you can hear? Okay. Let's wait a few more minutes. I just got a couple more things to set up here. And hopefully the connection's good. So, hey, Rosio, how are you doing? Hi. Hold on one second before we start. Okay, let's see, I'm gonna start. Let me see who's here. Okay, hi Emmy, how you doing? Let's see. I'm gonna actually sign up on a separate account here, so just give me one more second.
Incoming call.
Okay, hold on one more second. I just want you guys to see me as well, so. All right, so now you can see me here. So I hope everybody's doing good. Let me know if you can't hear me. So this is basically what we're going to be doing for a couple of weeks, hopefully not too long. And you know, it should be actually kind of fun. Actually, I'm going to enjoy doing this, and I'll be able to provide probably a lot more information this way. So basically, the idea is you will have a lecture. It won't be too long. It'll probably be about an hour or so. And then you'll have an assignment, and it'll pretty much follow what we've done in class. If we do a critique, the class will be longer, and what you can do is you could submit your work through either Zoom. We can share a screen. You know, you would let me know if you want me to share a screen, and then we can do a critique that way. But basically, yeah, I'll be giving the presentation, and then you'll have time to work on the projects. Now, I'm still waiting to figure out if if and when Adobe is going to give you access. So Adobe will give you access to the Creative Cloud using your Pasadena email. Oh, hey, Randa. Hi. And I see a couple people there. So, and Vivian, hi. So basically, you'll have access to the Creative Cloud, and it should happen tomorrow. So in the meantime, you know, I've extended the deadline for assignment 4. So that's going to let you have more time to work on assignment 4. And then the next assignment that I'm going to give, assignment 5, you can actually sketch ideas out. You know, so you won't be using the computer. You can just sketch them out by hand, and we'll talk about that. And then you can bring them into Illustrator. And I think within a week, everybody should have access to Illustrator. Now, in the chat, does everybody have, who's here, are you all watching this on a computer? Is that how you're watching?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yes.
So everybody has a computer, so everybody should have, will have access to Illustrator, I would say within a week. So I think everybody should be good. If not, just let me know, and we'll figure something out, but I think it should be fine for everybody. So today, well, first, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? I just want to make sure everybody's doing good. How's everything going with this whole quarantine situation?
So weird.
It's a little weird. Yeah, it's a little challenging. So, you know, we're lucky that we live here in California. It's nice out. It's not snowing. We can actually, you know, walk outside a little bit, but it's going to be a little weird for a couple weeks. But we'll just have to hang in there. You know, things will be okay. So, so what I want to go through now, does everybody see the presentation called Typographic Resonance?
Yes.
So basically, I want to talk about typography a little bit more, and I want to get into some different types of typographic effects that we can use in Adobe Illustrator. And the idea behind this presentation is to really think about how you're using type and the actual style, look and feel of type, and how that can convey a certain type of emotion or concept in the final design that you're trying to create. So we go to the next slide here. So the idea, let me move this over. The idea with resonance is, you know, typography generates cultural, stylistic, and connotative properties in addition to the actual function of the type itself. So when the font was created, when something was designed, all of the different characteristics that go into a font play a role in how that font can be used in any of your designs that you create. And I'll show you some examples in a little bit. You gain resonance by thinking about historic traditions associated with the font, different associations, and the actual optical properties of the font as well. You know, is the font sans serif, serif, bold? How does the font feel, you know, on the page itself? And I think a lot of you are using different fonts in your assignment 4, so you're really kind of starting to explore size, scale, you know, the weight of the font within your vector images where you're combining the font with the vector images. I want to bring up Peter Behrens. So he was a designer during the industrial age out of Germany. He talks about typography. Next to architecture, typography gives a characteristic picture of a period, a testimonial of the spirit and development of a period. He was a designer the early century. He worked at the basically the German version of General Electric, and some of his designs were very iconic and lent itself to industrialization. And I'll put this presentation up on Canvas so you can look into his work in more detail. But his idea behind type was, when you look at type, when you're reading something, you're looking at the whole typeface as one range of expression. His metaphor was basically motion. If you're looking at a galloping horse, it's the whole motion of the horse itself, and you don't read it individually. And this image you see here, this is from Muybridge. This is a photographer who set up cameras to actually see individual frames of an animal in motion. But Behrens was basically saying that, just like with typography, we look at the whole flow of the typography. We don't see things character by character. So it's the type as a whole that relays its whole sense of attitude and feeling. So a lot of the idea behind pushing the style and design of type came probably in the 50s, 60s. Prior to the 50s and the 60s, metal typesetting was very expensive. So you see here, there's a little illustration of a linotype machine, and each character had to be basically manufactured for the machine itself. There wasn't a lot of room for designers to explore the creative aspects of type. You had to make a very conscious choice about what you're doing. On the right, this is a photo display typesetting type of device. It's a disc, and it was done through a photographic method. So from the 50s to the 60s, oh, bless you for you're sneezing or coughing, things kind of changed, and you allowed designers to really explore type from a more creative standpoint. And I have a little video here, but I'll show this to you in a bit. Kind of goes to the history of this photo display typesetting machine. But it's at the point in the 50s and the 60s where you start to see more creative decisions being made about style and design into a font. You could have a little bit more liberty into what you were doing and take more chances with what you were doing to really amplify a message. So the idea behind this creative outpouring that came from the new technology, though, led to a lot of novelty for expression that was exciting, but you also had horrible fonts that came out of it as well. So with this growing variety, you had a lot of basically bad fonts. And here's some links that takes you to a couple of examples, some interesting articles, but these are like the 20 worst fonts you could ever want to use. It's something to think about when you're designing too. Just don't grab any font that you see. Now maybe it might serve a purpose. This is Papyrus. This is the font used in the movie Avatar. It just is such a generic looking kind of font. It doesn't really, it's kind of has this kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but the movie Avatar uses it, and it really doesn't convey anything about the title sequence besides giving a sense of something being old and worn. And so, here's some more examples. So these are examples of kind of bad fonts that evolved. Arial is based off of Helvetica. Courier is a typewriter font. So it's just, this is just based on the author's opinion, but some of these fonts, you have to think about why would you want to use these. You have to make a conscious choice when you use a font. So there's a couple links in there to explore. What I'm trying to show here now is the idea of different types of resonance. So, stroke weight, making this font shout with a thicker stroke, a thin stroke. there's an idea called visual onomatopoeia. So onomatopoeia is the idea that the word that you use actually describes the sound of that word. So a visual onomatopoeia would be where you would take the word that describes the sound and design basically something that would look like that sound. So here, stutter, the way the type is broken up, mumble, how the letter forms are combined into shapes. I have more examples here. Basically, these are the word sounds for onomatopoeia. So water sounds, so the word itself sounds like what it's describing. Drizzle, something drizzling. And here I want to show you visual examples of that. Oh, so give me 1 second. So here are some visual examples of onomatopoeia. And this is basically what I want you to start to explore in your assignment. So here's a good visual example. So, snap. So the actual design of that. Pop, how the letters have been deformed using this type of filter effect that makes, the letter forms pointy. Boing, incorporating this spring, this vector graphic into the actual word boing. See, here's another. So there's a couple more examples, but these are visual onomatopoeias, just like with the word stutter. Here's more. I have to give you a better example of this, but flatter is very ornate and criticize. It's pointed. There's these pointy elements in the word criticize. These are actual beyond onomatopoeia using a font family. So double talk, having this is an actual font, or this is avant-garde, or sweet talk is using this very kind of scripty typeface here. And then thinking about the style, so these fonts down below are very braggadocious, and the fonts above are very time-honored fonts. So, to teach and explain, you want fonts that are legible and clear, but brag, it's going to have this kind of bubbly kind of, bursting effect or ornate effect for exaggerate. So the idea with resonance is you really want to have a font that conveys the meaning of what you're doing. So what I want you guys to start to explore are 3 concepts of your own, 3 ideas, and to see how you can use Illustrator to create some sort of effect to bring those ideas to life. So that's going to be assignment 5. Now you don't have to, what I want you to do is sketch out your ideas first, and then go and create the versions in Illustrator. But let me kind of show you a couple more examples of this idea of resonance and what you should be thinking about. So I'm going to switch over for a second here. Is there any questions about this idea of resonance and the importance of the look and feel of the font conveying the design of what you want to create?
No.
So here, let me see something.
Hey, Joe.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know we can talk.
Yeah, you can talk.
Okay, great. So, are you gonna show us? When we go in on the program, can you show us like how to do it?
Yes. So here, let me see something. I'm trying to get a video camera up and running. So, hold on 1 sec.
I mean, I can see what you put out there, like resonance. I can see that page, but I can't see anything else.
Yeah, I have a video camera set up. So let me see. Hold on one second.
Sure.
So let's see here for 1 second here. Okay, let me exit out of this presentation. I think I have to. Oh, I think I can do this. Oh, okay. Do you see where it's that book? Type in image.
Can you pointer on the cursor?
Can you see that? Like, let's see.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you see the book? It says type in image. Do you see my?
Yes.
You see my hand?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to move around a little bit. I'm going to go and draw some examples here of this idea. So what I want you to do first is to actually sketch it out. Can you see me in the? Can you see my face?
Yeah.
Don't be so excited. You're like, yeah.
I can see your hand, not face.
Okay. Well, you can see. Can you see my hand and my face? And
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
okay, sorry. Sorry, I'm not that
This is so convenient.
attractive on the camera. All right. So I set this up so I can kind of draw out. So first I want you to draw. So kind of think about ideas. So you can do anything. So, you know, for example, drip. So you would draw out, you know, just the actual typeface itself should be dripping, you know, so, and you'll take this now, you can do a couple things. So you could easily just draw it out and then vectorize it. So here's drip. So this is visual onomatopoeia.
Wow, you're so artistic.
What? Thank you.
It is for assignment 5.
Is it what?
Is it for assignment 5?
Yeah, this is assignment 5, so I haven't even posted it yet. So here's drip.
So we have to use the Illustrator to make like this kind of the word.
No, I want you to draw it by hand first.
Oh.
Do what I
Okay.
do. You know, this like it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, so it can be it can be like a napkin sketch. It can be really simple, but I want you to think about onomatopoeia, words that sound like the sound they convey, but then visually create that as well. So so that's drip. So like you know, and then you could probably do a couple things with this in Illustrator. And I'll show you ways to do it. So you could literally draw it and then do a vector trace if you want to, or you can, do another effect in Illustrator. So another thing maybe is, let's say another idea is chat. No, I'll do crack, let's say. So crack would have, the letters.
So is any kind that we can create by our own?
Yeah, you have to create your own, and you have to think about, letters or words that convey a sound, so you can duplicate that visually.
Okay.
So here's
That's so creative.
there's crack. So yeah, so trying to convey visually what you're doing here. let me see something. I just want to bring this back. I want to see if I can see me while I do this. Oh, there I am. Oh, I did it too fast. Oh, okay, here, I want to see me. So yeah, so sketch it out first, and what we can do is look at what you sketched out. Don't do what I did. Try to do some different ideas than these. But the other part of this now is either doing a literal interpretation or exploring some of the different effects we can do in Illustrator to create these types of visual onomatopoeias. So I want to show you an example of what I'm talking about now. So first sketch it out by hand, and then I'm going to come over here and show you this other example. What I'm going to post on Canvas is this book that I scanned. And I'll show you the book. Oh, here it is. So I got this really old book, and it's called Illustrator Type Magic. So I think it's from like the 90s. And I'll put it underneath here. So it's Illustrator Type Magic, this book from the 90s. You can tell it's like falling apart. You know, it's been used. But I have the book for you in as a Google Doc, and I'll show you the book in more detail.
So where do we go to see this book?
Oh, I'm gonna make sure that you guys have this. I'm gonna put it on Canvas as well.
Okay.
And so I'll switch over to this book. Let's see here.
How are you this day, Joe?
Oh, I'm good. I'm busy. You know, I'm working, and you know, it's like it's crazy what's going on. But has anybody gotten sick at all, or do you know if anybody who's gotten sick?
No, I'm pretty strong and healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anybody who's gotten sick yet. So
Yeah. Thank God.
yeah, I mean, that's great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of boring stay at home.
I know. I don't know how people are going to do it. So there's this. The governor said that we have to stay in our house, basically.
Oh, you're not? You're not staying at home?
Oh, I'm at home. I'm at home right now. You can see I got like clothes over here. So it's like, yeah, I'm at home. Yeah, but I mean, I don't mind being here because I can draw and I can do stuff, right? But it's going to be hard for people to just stay in their house. I don't know how they're going to enforce it. It's going to be pretty crazy. So I have to see
my daughter came back from college, her first year in college, and she's driving me crazy because she can't believe she has to be back home now.
I'm sure, you know, yeah, everybody's going to be driving everybody crazy. So hopefully people can keep it together.
Yeah.
Here, I want to show you the book though.
Okay.
So do you see this book here?
Mm-hmm.
I sent this to you. So part of this is you coming up with an idea, and like here this cookie, and I'm sorry if the scans aren't that great. What I might do is do some additional, create some additional documents to show you some of these effects. But the book has various effects, and it goes through step by step, and it's going to start using Illustrator in different ways now. So there's going to be different things you can do with Illustrator to get these effects, but I want you to start exploring these. You can also...
So Joe, if
Yes.
I'm Googling to find something like that on Google, what am I looking for?
Yes. Now, if you want to look for it, if you want to look it up, what you can do is search for Illustrator vector vector type effects.
Type of X.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, so here you'll find, I can put some of these links too in the assignment. So here's 80 Illustrator effects that you can do. So they're all using Illustrator in some way or the other. Some of them are pretty cool, and they'll take you through step by step. And it'll just be helpful for you to go through these step by step because they'll show you some other features that you may not be used to. And I'll do one with you online, but I want you to explore some of your own. Like, let's say you wanted to use the word splash. Well, this would be a great one, you know, a water effect to show splash. Here's another one, you know. So you got all sorts of these, which are really interesting that you can play with. So let me show you. So I'll put some links in there, and I'll include the book. That book, though, is kind of where a lot of these effects started, this Illustrator type magic book.
Are we going to be able to use color or just black and white?
Oh, you can use color now, too. So I want you to explore color a bit, and it'll kind of take you through using color and, you know, gradients maybe. If you follow this, you just got to follow the steps, and that's the important part, is following the steps. But let me take you through one of them. What I have here is an example. So I'll show you an example in Illustrator that I created. So here's rumble, okay? The word rumble. And you see how the text is broken up into these different pieces. So I'll go through the beginning. I actually have this set up as a movie that you can watch, but I'll take you through the very beginning, and it's based off of this one I'll show you in the book. I have the spread in there. Here, let's see. So this is based off of
Wow, too many layers.
Well, it's actually, that's all the individual vector pieces in there. If I move this over, it's really just one layer. I did it as 2 layers, and I'll show you the example in the book itself. Let's see. And I'm getting used to using Zoom here, so let's hold on. Okay, do you see it? Do you see the book?
Yes.
Yeah. We see the book, but we don't know where to look in the book.
It's for you. Oh, you know what? I don't see it. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, here we go. The computer's a little slow. Give it a second. It's towards the end. I gotta let it catch up. Okay, here you go.
Thank you, Habibi.
That's a cool effect, by the way. This shatter is really cool.
Where do you find that? Under what?
I'll give you the book, and you can look, and you'll see this example. And I'll give you a video that goes through the process as well. So here's this one, stripes, which is kind of interesting. So let me take you through this stripe example. So what this rumble, this word here, was created out of was the initial text, and then I went through and did this stripe effect that you see in the book. But I'll go back to the very beginning. So I'm going backwards. I'm just undoing a bunch of times. And this is just one example. There's a lot of different examples that you can play with.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay. All right, let me. Okay, here I'm at the very beginning. So my word was rumble, and I picked Myriad Pro, a pretty basic font. You know, maybe this is a kind of a cool font too, this Bungee. So for me, I wanted to have something that had like some weight to it, some structure. You know, I wouldn't want to use like a script font or a thin font. So that's why I want to use this like really heavy sans serif font for this type of exercise. So here I have the word rumble. I have my layers palette here. I'm going to go back into the layers, and you know, I'd like to have the layers nice and big like this.
What's the name of the font?
This font's called Bungee.
Okay.
And you can find it as part of Adobe Typekit.
Uh-huh.
So I picked Bungee. You see it up here, Bungee right there.
Yeah.
See how the cloud has a check mark? That
Yes.
means it's Adobe Typekit font.
Oh, okay.
So the word Bungee. So I want to take this now and I want to add that kind of broken up effect, you know, that signify the word rumbling has actually been rumbled, or, you know, you could say, or maybe the word is broken or, you know, shattered, something like that. So rumble. But rumble is like the sound has a feel that has that onomatopoeia feel to it too, the way you say rumble, you know, rumble, you know, how you say it conveys the meaning, and then the visual way to convey the meaning as well is what we're going to do. So here I'm going to take the word rumble, I'm going to convert it to outlines. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to Object, and actually go into Type, create outlines. So I want to create outlines, and then I want to create my stripes for this font to go across it, and the stripes are going to basically allow me to use the Pathfinder down here to break the font up into pieces. So to do that, I'm going to create another layer, create new layer. I'm going to lock down rumble, so I'm going to click next to it. So I have that little lock, and I'm going to go into that layer on top, and then I'm going to create a rectangle, like a thin rectangle. So I'm using the rectangle tool, and then I'll give it a color. So I'm double clicking on the fill swatch here, and I'll give it a color. And then what you can do now is, the shortcut for move is V. So if I want to have that move tool selected, I can hit V or just click on the very first black arrow. It's my direct selection tool. So my direct selection tool is actually like my move tool as well. We always call it the, you know, these tools, selection and direct selection. So if I double click on the selection tool, what happens is it brings up the move dialog box. So I'm going to cancel that and I'll do it again because we didn't do this in class. So I'll do it again. So double click and it brings up move. And so what I can do is I can look at this rectangle and I can look at my control bar on top, and the first number here, 29, that's the width. So this rectangle is 29 pixels wide. So if I want to have equal stripes of different alternating colors, what I want to do is I want to move this twice that distance of 29. So 29 times 2 is 58. So I want to move this 58 pixels. So what I can do in the move dialog box here, under distance, I'll say 58. And you have to make sure preview's turned on so you can see what you're doing. And for my angle, I want to put 0 because I don't want to, I just want it to move from left to right. So I don't want any angle. Let me click that again. Position 2, I want it to be positive. So I'm going to get rid of that negative sign. So now it moved 58 pixels to the right. But if you hit this copy button, it basically creates a duplicate. I hit copy, So it created a duplicate of the original rectangle, and it moved it over. I want to, hold on one sec. I want to do something here. I just want to,
Once you're done, Joe, I might ask you, like, just briefly tell me you hit this, you hit this, you hit that, you hit, you know.
yeah, once I'm done, I'll show you, you'll have a video basically, so you'll be able to watch the video. I just want to bring my face into this. So
Yeah, the only thing is, like, the control bar it's small in the screen, so I can't see like every single point you're hitting.
Oh, okay.
I have a question. Joe, is this will be recorded so we can see the video of it?
Yeah, it's all recorded.
Okay.
So it's all recorded through through Zoom. So yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay.
So let's see. I'm still trying to figure out the software though. I'm not like, okay, I just wanted to bring my head back in here so you see my head. All right. Okay, there you go. Okay, so you can see me and you can see the type. So I'll do that again. I have my rectangle. I double click on the black arrow, the selection tool. It brings up this move dialog, and I figure out how wide it is, and then I just hit copy. So it's 29 pixels wide, so I want to do the distance to be, I want the distance to be twice that much. So I hit copy, now I have a copy, and then I can hit Control D a bunch of times, and it duplicates that copy that many times. So I'm hitting Control D.
Oh.
So Control D basically moves each one of those lines an equal amount of distance.
Yeah.
And I'm doing this in a separate layer, right? I don't want to really mess up my type yet. So then what I can do is I can grab all these rectangles, and then I'm going to hit Alt and Shift, and I'm just going to drag. I'm just going to, like, it should, like, if you have snap turned on, it should snap into place. And now I have a duplicate of those initial rectangles, and if the duplicate is still selected, I'll double click my fill, and I'll just give this a different color. I'll give it like something contrasting, hit OK. Now I have red and green, and they're all on this top layer.
So you highlighted in between, like one yes, one no, to get this pattern?
Yeah, I basically highlighted all the rectangles, and then I shift control drag those rectangles to create a whole duplicate set of them. They were still highlighted, and then I double clicked on the fill swatch, and I chose a new color in the color dialog that popped up. So that's how I created the duplicate.
So we can choose the different color, not exactly similar.
Oh, you can. I want you to do something totally different. So you don't have to. Don't copy mine, but use this as an example.
Oh, okay.
This is just one example. And I'll probably. Oh, go ahead.
Just tell me originally, how did you create this line? Did you go, you mentioned rectangular. Did you go to the rectangular on the control bar, not control, on the toolbar?
Yep, right here. I just created a rectangle.
And you made it long? You made it, oh, okay. You made it this shape.
Yep,
okay.
just like that, yep.
All right, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so once I have these rectangles all set, I'll grab them all again.
Yes.
And then I will go into the shear tool. So you just click on the shear tool. It's underneath the scale tool. It's right here.
Okay.
And I'll just click and I'll just kind of drag a little bit. So now I have these diagonal rectangles like that.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
So and it's kind of, yeah, it's like this simultaneous contrast type pattern. So visually it's like really, really interesting actually. So
what did you hit to make it go tilted?
I used the shear tool.
Oh, the shear tool is okay.
Yeah, right there. Hey, by the way, when I put this on YouTube, I'll put it on YouTube later tonight, and there'll be subtitles. And so those subtitles will, you know, kind of slow it down. And you can actually slow down the video on YouTube as well to help you just understand it a little bit more.
So on YouTube, it's gonna be under what on YouTube to look for it?
I'll send you the link, but it's my YouTube page. So if you follow my YouTube page, you'll you'll have the link.
Okay.
So anyway, so this is all set for what I want to do. So what I want to do now is I want to actually make sure everything is still selected. I'm going to copy it. Actually, I'll do Control X, and that is cut. Let's see. So I'm going to grab them all, hit Control X. I'm going to go to the layer that had that word rumble in it. I'm going to unlock it, and I'm going to hit Control B, and that pastes behind. So I took all those diagonal lines and I pasted it behind that word rumble.
Joe?
Yeah?
Can you put the shortcut for this assignment?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I can give you the steps.
Okay.
It's in this document too, but I'm doing it a little differently. And I don't there's a lot of information in the document, in the book. I kind of make it easier by just saying, okay, hit, Control X to cut and Control B to paste. They kind of go into more detail, but you don't need to go into all the detail that they're going into.
Did you say Control E or Control B after you unlock it?
Oh, Control X. So Control X is cut.
Oh, and then?
And then Control B is paste, but it's
B.
paste behind. It's paste behind.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I did. Yeah, so the next thing I want to do is go into that first layer here. I'm going to open it up. So I want to be able to see everything that's going on in this layer. And I just want to be able to find that word rumble. And I'm going to click the dot next to it. And it only selects that word. So the next step's kind of important. What you want to do now is you want to take these letters that are all selected, and you want to go into Object, and you want to go into Compound Path, and you want to hit Make. So it's going to turn this into a compound path. But after you do that, you can no longer see the letters. They kind of disappear. I can just see the outline, which is fine. So I want just to see this outline. And then I'm going to go back to my selection tool. I'm going to select everything. And then I'll go into my Pathfinder. You go into Window, Pathfinder. And I want to click the one that's the fourth from the left here on the bottom is crop. I want to click on that. And it basically took my word and it cropped out all the stripes that were outside of that word. So now if I select it, and I go into Object and I ungroup it, I'm going to ungroup it. Now I have all these stripes as individual pieces that I can pull out and do what I want with. But I can do a couple things now. So to get that jumble effect, I can select one of them, because now they're all individual pieces. If you don't ungroup it, you select it and you're just going to select everything. So now that they're individual pieces, you can go into Select, and you go Same in Stroke, and it's only selecting the green now. And what I can do is with my arrow keys on the keyboard, I'm going to use my arrow keys, and I'm going to type the left arrow a couple times, a couple clicks to the left, and the up arrow a couple clicks to the right. So now they're offset. So now I have this offset effect. But to get
Joe, excuse me.
Yeah.
How to crop the rest of the line?
You have to make sure you're using a compound path. You have the compound path for the word on top of all those lines, and you use this crop icon right here in the Pathfinder.
Okay.
So you're using crop in the Pathfinder. Got to make sure the word's on top. The word has been converted just to outlines using compound path, and then you select everything and you hit crop, and then it will basically cut out everything that's not in the letter form and just keep those letters.
Okay.
What's
Kind of
inside the
that.
letter. It's keeping what's inside.
And you had to select them first in order to do that.
Yeah, you have to select them first. Yep.
And you went to select offset. You mentioned select offset. Why did you do that?
I went to select. I selected one, and then I went to with the selection tool. I selected one piece, and then I went into select in the menu. I went into same, and I picked fill and stroke. And then the arrow keys on your keyboard will let you move just those that are selected. So I'm just moving like the green lines, and that's it.
Do that again because I'm taking a screenshot on that. Can you do that again?
Yeah.
You go object. Okay.
Yeah, just select the green. So I'm clicking on this green part of the R, and then I go into select.
Okay.
I go in the same, and then I go into fill and stroke. So it's only selecting all the green.
Okay.
How to move the, did you just press up?
Yeah, I'm just using my arrow keys. So I'm using, if you see here on my keyboard, I'm just using my, arrow keys. Pressing
Okay.
up,
Okay.
Yeah, and then, so that gives you an offset, but to get the rumble, to actually get that rumble effect, what you can do is you can grab everything, and then you can go into Object, Transform, and Transform Each. And this is another reason why you want to ungroup it. So if I go into Transform Each, you can see it already kind of jumbled it up because they already have settings in here. I'm going to click off Preview. So what you can do is you can play with these settings. You can play with Scale, Horizontal, Vertical, Rotate. You just want to do it in like really small increments. You don't want to do it too crazy, but the key to getting this to really work is to click on Random. If you don't click on Random, everything's going to move in the same kind of uniform way. Once you click on Random, and the angle is too crazy. I got to lower that like to.
Wow, you want it to look like that?
Well, yeah, it was too much. So I'm going to go back into Transform Each. Maybe like 13 degrees, So just a little bit. So I'll unclick it and then click it. And you can play with your horizontal movement, vertical movement. And that should be good, but it gives you this kind of like broken up effect. So it kind of looks like a candy cane a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's using the different types of tools in Illustrator to get that kind of visual resonance. So the actual look and feel of the typography reflects the word that you're trying to use. And that's the general idea.
Joe, is have to be the same font or?
No, you guys pick whatever you want. So you can pick whatever font you want. You can design it, like I was saying, design it, but sketch it out first. And what you can do is sketch it out. And then on Tuesday, show me your sketches, and we'll kind of talk about what font, what font works, what would be the best font. You kind of go through some different fonts, kind of figure out how you can convey that idea with a variety of different fonts.
Okay.
But I want you to sketch it on a piece of paper because I don't know if Adobe has an Illustrator in the Creative Cloud all set for you yet. So
what? Are we gonna see you next Tuesday?
Yes. Well, I mean, you're gonna see me here in the virtual world.
Okay, Joe, I have a question about it because I saw the school website. It says because the virus, so until we were back to school on April 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking if we're gonna see you on Tuesday.
But that you'll see me like physically, like.
How are we gonna show you, like each one of us? How are we gonna show you like what we have?
Oh, you can use I can switch the screens, so I can
Actually, we can turn on our video
yeah,
that you can see us.
Right, you can turn on your video so I can see your face, and then I can make you the host, and then you can show, if I make you the host.
Let me try. Let me try.
No, don't try it today.
Why? Emmy.
Can you see me?
No,
Oh yeah, I see you.
not yet, but now if I do this,
Okay.
yeah, I see you.
Yeah.
It's very dark.
Bye.
Oh, what happened?
know.
Where are you gone?
I just turn off.
So what did you do? Participate or what did you do?
Oh, I just click the. You just go. You use your mouse and go to Joe's screen, and it has a on the bottom left. You'll play the microphone and the start video, so you can just start a video.
Oh, because I'm using my phone. So I went to start video. It's not doing anything. It says unable to access camera.
It might be
I used in my laptop, so.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
we'll have cameras on their laptop. It should work with your phone too. It just depends.
Or maybe share contact. I don't know. It's not working.
But if you use your, I know you have a MacBook, Randa, right?
Yeah, I do have a MacBook Pro, but I thought I was gonna use it to do like the application on it, and I was gonna use my phone, which I'm using my phone to see the lecture, and then I thought I can use my phone, my computer to use the program.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could do that, but you could kind of do both too if you wanted to.
Okay, next time I'll practice.
Yeah, because what I'll want to do is actually see your screen, so you can show me what's on your screen. You can take a picture of your drawing as well, so you can do it a bunch of different ways.
Okay, but that's next time, right?
Yeah, next time. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll send you more messages through Canvas. You know, I'll keep up the communication with you guys as well. And if you have any questions, like if you want to like show me your work, but you want to have me actually critique it like this, you know, we can do that. You can schedule a time with me, and then we'll do a Zoom meeting, just like one-on-one. And you can say like, what do you think? And I can, you know, critique it, you know. So
that would be great.
Yeah, you can share your screen.
Yeah, that would be great if we can do that.
Yeah, yeah, it's great. Yeah.
And that would be any like we schedule it through like email, and then we do the actual thing when you're available.
Yeah, just schedule it through email. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Perfect.
Yeah. So basically that's all I wanted to kind of go through this idea of this assignment now. The idea is really trying to get you to explore Illustrator a little bit, but to really think about fonts and how the font itself can convey the meaning of the word that you're using the font for. And that's the idea behind typographic resonance.
The only question I might have here, you showed me how you used rectangular or rectangle, so you can draw the lines, and then we did like the red, green, red, green. But how did you apply that on the word itself? Like you wrote the word first, which is mumble, and then how did you apply the rectangle on that?
Oh, I used crop.
Oh, crop.
Yeah.
Okay. This is where you use the crop.
Yeah, crop down here. So I created a whole series of rectangles, and then I had the word on top, and I selected everything, and I used crop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, like I said, I hope when you send us some notes, like you say 1, 2, 3, like do this, do that, so it can makes it easier for us to practice on that.
Yeah, I'll create a document that for this one, I'll go through the steps. But, you know, if you look through the book and the examples, there's lots of different types of formulas that you can use to come up with your own, you know, visual onomatopoeia. So you don't have to necessarily do this one.
Yeah.
It's kind of getting you used to just looking at these step-by-step exercises and trying to have you understand how to do the steps on your own eventually. And then you can do all sorts of different examples, but it may take a little time for you to get the flow and to get used to it. you know, some of these I kind of, like this one I have memorized, right? So I can just do this one. But it took time for me to like learn some of these different examples.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you'll get the hang of it.
Yep.
So is there any questions? Here, I'll show you, let's see.
Are we only gonna have to do one word or multiple?
I want you to do 3.
Okay.
So this is assignment 5 right here, visual onomatopoeia. Explore 3 examples of visual onomatopoeia where the shape, form, and typography used for the word matches the sound of the word. Examples: drip, splash, bang, crunch, crack, boom. Sketch your ideas first and then bring those ideas into Illustrator for your final design. Use a technique from the Illustrator Type Magic book that I'll post on Canvas. Find a vector tutorial online, like I showed you. And I'll give you some examples. I'll add some links. And then I want you to submit your initial sketches first. So it's kind of like 2 parts. First, decide the words you're going to use, sketch them out, and then go ahead and we'll talk about that on Tuesday, and then you can go on to your final concept. And I think by then, on Tuesday, you'll have access to Illustrator.
So there are 3 words into 3 different, like we did one time, like 3 drawing on one assignment, or you want 3 words, 3 different assignments?
You can do it like this. You can have all 3 on one page.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as many as we can do it.
Yeah, so you can do it like that. Here there's 4 on a page, but you'll do 3 on a page.
For your
Oh.
sketches, can you do the image trace that you taught us to do?
Yeah, you can do the image trace, but I would still like you to explore at least one step-by-step example.
Okay.
So explore at least one step-by-step example.
Using that book that you're gonna post.
You can use that book, or you can search online for something else. So you don't necessarily have to use.
And if we go online, it's either we use your website, or like we go under what, if I want to go to YouTube, let's say, what am I gonna type to look into that?
Just search for vector, Illustrator, vector type effects, like I have up here. That's like a good way to search for it. You'll find all sorts of examples.
Vector type. Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, do a search for Illustrator vector type effects.
Wonderful. Okay.
I'll include it here.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I'll include this video. So give me a couple hours, because I think it takes like the cloud, like at least an hour or so to render out the video. But basically you'll have access to the video, but I'll put the video on YouTube as well. And I think it's easier just to put it on YouTube. For this. So is there any other questions?
So you have YouTube for your own?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah,
So,
can you show me?
yeah, if you go to my YouTube site.
So it's your name, we do your name?
Yes, it's
Let me try.
it's let's see.
Joe.
It's actually if you
Alex.
yeah, it's I'll put the link to my YouTube site. It's Cogspa.
Okay.
You can see one of our classes I already posted here from last week. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
already. But yeah. So yeah,
That's great. It's good to know that you're on YouTube too.
yeah, I'm everywhere.
Fine.
See
You're everywhere, yeah.
I got my head here, right there. So yeah, I'll post it on YouTube. I think it's easier. I have more videos from all my other classes here as well, if you're interested. But yeah,
Oh yeah, very much so. Yeah, definitely.
On YouTube. Yep.
Joe,
Correct.
Yes.
which video is about the assignment for?
This one.
What's that called? Oh,
So this is
week 4?
Oh, that was last week's.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yep.
Okay, get it.
That was last Tuesday because we didn't have class on Thursday or this past Tuesday.
No, that was last week's, which I finished that assignment and I posted it. No, that was last week's. That
Yeah.
was not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Regular, you might see italics.
Yep.
So then you have
Last week.
that aspect.
Are we gonna have a critique on that assignment?
Yeah, I'm giving you guys more time
Okay.
because I was worried that for whatever reason you're not at school, you don't have access to the Creative Cloud. So I wanted to make sure that you had the Creative Cloud so you could finish it because some people may not be finished. So that's why I'm giving you more time.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
So
And you have this under YouTube. You're on YouTube, right?
yeah, this is on YouTube. Yep.
Perfect. It's good to know that we can go back to them if they're on YouTube, like whatever you're explaining to us in class.
Oh yeah, yeah, you can go back. So it's a nice, yeah, it's great.
Perfect.
So yeah, I'll post more stuff on YouTube. Maybe I'll broadcast live to YouTube as well. You know, maybe you can just watch me draw weird stuff on YouTube if you get bored during the quarantine. We can have
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
like a sketch party.
That would be the most useful time we can do. I mean, if we're watching you on YouTube and we're experimenting.
But you can't watch me on YouTube all the time, just for the class, because that gets a little intrusive. I don't think the school would allow it. So
Well, we're learning something
you're
new.
learning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe,
Yes.
do you still have the R56 class video?
Yeah, I have a bunch of them. So if you look, there are these videos here where we went into like the different assignments for Photoshop. Remember the symmetry, just masking. So they're all here.
Okay, I'm trying to look for it.
Yeah.
1 year ago, probably I can.
From last year.
Okay,
Playlist here. Yeah, so they're all here.
okay, thank you.
It's starting to rain. You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so any other questions?
No, I mean, we don't have questions now. Maybe when we start on the assignment, we might have questions.
Yeah, of course. So you can send your questions through Canvas, you know, and remember you can always ask me to do like a Zoom meeting if you want to like have some like one-on-one time, have me critique your work. Maybe you need help, you know, maybe you have an idea you're trying to figure out and you just want me to help you. So I can do that too. So just let me know, right?
Yeah.
You have more access now.
Hey, Joe.
Yes.
It was my daughter's birthday 2 days ago on St. Patrick's Day, and I made her a card using Illustrator. So can I send you the card to show you like what I did?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I feel like I'm proud of what I did.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Yeah, go ahead.
But where can I send it?
Just send it into Canvas. Send it to my email.
But I can't send it like through like the Canvas assignment to submit. I can send it like just regular Canvas to your email.
Yeah, just a regular email.
Okay.
Like
All right. I'll do
yeah,
that.
like you've been doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I talk to you when I'm bored?
Can you talk to me what?
When I'm bored at home?
Sure. If you guys get bored, talk to me.
On Zoom?
You can do it on Zoom.
Okay,
You know what?
that's pretty fun.
Or we can do Discord too. Discord is actually pretty cool. I'll show you
I
Discord.
have a Discord.
Are you guys on
Yes.
Discord? Because I joined
Yeah.
like, this thing called Sketch Party.
What's
There's
that?
all these artists who are signing up.
Is it like Zoom? Is it like Zoom?
It's a little different actually.
Where do we go? Is it like an app?
Yeah, it's an app. I can give you more information. Like here's a gallery. All these artists are like putting their art online.
Wow.
You know, they're just kind of like sharing their art, and they have this like chat set up. You know, so they're doing all this stuff. So, yeah, you can talk. You can use your, there's a voice connection on it as well.
What is it called? What is it called?
It's called
Discord.
Discord. So it's discord.gg.
Discord.gg.
Yeah, so if I go to discord.gg, it opens up my Discord app here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Discord app. Discordapp.com.
Yeah, so any other yeah, it's kind of nice actually. I like it. And this sketch party group just started. So
Mm-hmm.
it's-
Easy to use, huh? Easy to use.
yeah, pretty easy to use.
Okay. Wow, technology is going so booming now.
Yeah. We need it though during these times, right? It's like,
Exactly.
can you imagine if we didn't have any of this?
Exactly.
At least
Yeah.
we could like still talk to each other, which is kind of nice.
Did they tell you like PCC, like how long is it gonna be? They don't know?
Well, I think they wanted to do it until the end of March, or now it's April. So, you have to see what happens with this this virus.
Oh yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see.
Wow. Did you check with the iCloud if they're gonna be giving the PCC students free access to their program?
Yeah, they'll give you free access. So,
Well, remember I asked you, I did send you an email saying like if I'm already using it and I'm already paying, how can I go into their plan?
I think you just have to cancel it. It depends on how you're paying. If you're paying month by month, then you can just cancel.
Do you have a contact number for them so I can probably discuss it with them because they might ignore it if I send them an email?
Well, just go to your account and just cancel your account.
And then how do I connect with the new one, the one free for PCC students?
I'll let you know. Like, I'll find out.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Is it already effective?
No, I don't know. They said on the 20th, so it should be effective tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, well, yeah, when it's effective, then I can check into that. I don't want to like cut it and then I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, wait, yeah. But I'll let you know. I'll find out.
Okay, perfect then.
So is there any other questions?
No, I'm gonna wait until like I see all what you're gonna be posting on Canvas so we can see what you assigned. What you did today.
Yeah,
I
I'll
will
post the presentation, which was really short. I have this set up as a separate video. I'll post the book so you can see those examples from the Illustrated Type Magic.
and we'll go on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll post the assignment, and then I'll post the link to this on YouTube so everybody can watch it again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Joe,
Yes.
what is the Discord ID number?
Well, what was the question?
What is the Discord ID number?
Oh, well, that's your ID when you sign up with an email. But what we can do is I can create a room in Discord, and maybe everybody in DMA 10, our class, can join Discord. Because what's nice about Discord is it's like ongoing chat. And you see in this example, like people are posting like their images, different things they work on, and then everybody can see it. So it's nice.
Okay, sure. You can just create for our classes or something.
Yeah, we'll create one. So I have different ones. So one is for a project, and this is my personal one. This is for the Houdini. It's a software user group, and this is for the Dungeons and Dragons group,
Oh yeah,
the role-playing group.
cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. So All right. Well, let's see. It's 8:30.
Okay.
So that's kind of like the lecture.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of like in class, we would lecture and then you guys would work.
Yes.
But once you're working, that's where I kind of just turn off the Zoom and then you guys work.
Yes.
Unless we do a critique and it might run a little over. So I'm going to basically end it right now. So does anybody else have any questions?
Well, are you like posting grades on what we did so far?
Yeah, I'm in the process of grading the first 3 assignments.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
And we find it under grades in your class.
Yeah, as I grade them, you'll see your grades appear.
Perfect. Okay, I mean, I'm done. If you wanna get out of here, so we're fine.
Well, I'm not going anywhere, but
Okay, I'm already on my Discord right now, so.
all right, cool.
So what
Oh,
did you do, Catherine?
Can I add you or something?
You can add me, but yeah, you can add me as a friend. But I would
Oh.
create a group for the class. Then everybody can be in it together too.
Okay.
Then the best thing to do is you would open it and then we join, or like you invite us and then we join.
Yes, I'll invite everybody. Yep.
Perfect then.
How to add?
Yeah, or you can add me, or
Invite people or something?
I'm still kind of learning it, so I'm still getting used to it. But you can do video, you can talk through it just like you can with Zoom. I think the difference is though, like Discord is more chat based, and then it connects all these different spaces together, different chat rooms together.
What does the server mean?
That's the room that you create. So that would be my.
I just type your name.
You can if you want. So I'll see what happens.
What? I don't get it. Oh.
Yeah, add me. So that's fine.
So it sounds like you only had 2 students tonight.
2 students? No, I have Emmy, Rhonda, you, Vivian, Catherine, Caesar, Chris, Daniel, Mary, and Rosio.
So only Catherine and I are participating then.
Oh, Joe?
Well, you and Emmy are talking. Does anybody else want to talk? Say hi. Let's say,
Joe?
yes.
I saw the ad friend. You have to give me the user number.
Oh, okay. I have to give you like a server number.
Yeah, I think it's the on the left bottom. You have your name, and under your name there's a number.
Okay. I'll figure that out. I'll figure out Discord.
Okay, I can give you mine if you don't mind. You can add me.
Does anybody else want to say anything? Vivian, Catherine, so I can hear your voice.
Nobody's talking but us.
Caesar?
No, I think I understood everything. Thank you.
All right, that's fine. All right.
Everybody's talking right now.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's fine. No worries. Okay, because you can watch this again. So, and if somebody's not here, I'll present it, and everybody can watch it, right? So,
Yes.
if you can't make it at 7:15, you can always watch it later, right?
Yes.
So,
I'm gonna watch it again, by the way.
So, all right, good. All right. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night. Like I
Bye,
said, if you have
Joe.
any questions, please, don't hesitate to get a hold of me anytime. And, I hope everybody stays healthy and, keep yourself busy, right? So, and I will talk to you later, okay?
See you next
Okay.
Tuesday.
All right. Bye. Good night.
Bye.
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 Am I still on it?
I'm still on. This had a little, I don't know how to close it. I
Oh,
gotta figure out that part.
how can I close
I
it?
think I can do it in Canvas. There should be like a. All right, well, it's gonna turn off eventually. Get
Oh, I
this-
can leave the meeting.
You can leave the meeting too.
I'm kind of bored right now. So.
I'm still kind of learning how to do this. Oh, I think
There's some people on it too. Is that your first time to use the Zoom?
this is like the second time.
Well, I think it's kind of good app.
Yeah, it's nice.
I can tutor Chinese on meeting.
But it's let me see. I think I gotta figure this out. So because I just want to make sure that everybody gets the recording too. Oh, here it is. It's up here. It was in a different window. All right, I'm gonna stop now. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
All right, bye.